Well, this weekend, thousands of people will converge on the Big Apple for the New York Encounter. The weekend-long event features presentations, speeches, and much more to the Catholic faithful. And if you cannot be there in person, you can stream it online at newyorkencounter.org. And for more on this great event, we turn now to Cardinal Christophe Pierre, the Apostolic Nuncio to the United States, who is speaking at New York Encounter this year. Your Eminence, wonderful to be with you today. So tell us, how did you first become aware of New York Encounter, and how did you grow to become such a supporter?
Well, New York Encounter is animated by a movement, a Catholic movement called Communion and Liberation. So this is a community of people, of lay people mainly, who have made precisely an encounter with Christ through the experience of the movement, the experience of the church. And for many years now, they are calling people to have an experience during 2 or 3 days in New York. Encounters, expositions, dialogues, so that we experience together what is our faith, and we experience also what it means to be Christians in our daily life.
Yeah, and it's such a unique event. The theme for this year's encounter is "Here Begins a New Life." What are your hopes for this year's edition under this theme?
Well, I've been participating to many of these encounters. I noticed the enthusiasm of many people. I think like every experience, we need to make it to believe in it. I think this is exactly the same with the encounter with the Son of God, with Jesus. Unless you have had the experience of the encounter, you cannot imagine what it is, how it touches your heart, how it opens your life, how it determine your future, your present, your past. So this is precisely what in the encounter is. It's not just something automatic, obviously, but through the participation, because you encounter people who have also had a kind of experience, and there is a lot of sharing. So I look forward every year to precisely to meet people, and for me it's a wonderful opportunity to meet so many people from this country who have been touched by the grace of God, by the presence of Christ, through their companions from different way of life.
Yeah, and it's even more special this year, being the Jubilee year, being held early in the Jubilee
Indeed.
year. And we know Pope Francis has given the theme of Pilgrims of Hope. Your Eminence,
Exactly.
how does this year's encounter, how does it connect with the hope of Pope Francis in this Jubilee year? What can you tell us?
I think one of the problems of the world today is that there is a lack of hope. The situation of the world at times, puts us as if we were in a corner, without future. We speak more about distraction as constructions, the problem of the war, the problem of the peace. So we as Christians, we know that what we can offer to the world, because what we can offer is what we have received. And precisely what we have received is a presence which gives us hope, the presence of a person. It's not just an idea, it's an experience of an encounter. So in this, Jubilee year, where the Pope asked us, 25 years to move ourselves, not to remain where we are. This is the Christian life, to move ourselves. We are not here to build walls, to isolate ourselves because we are full of fear. On the contrary, go out and announce the good news to all the nations. So it's just kind of, I find it always a very nice invitation to all kinds of people, because this is open for the people to experience something which is new. The title of this encounter today is "Here Begins a New Life." This is a sentence which was pronounced by Dante Alighieri, the famous Italian poet, because he had had a very strong experience of a love with, the Beatrice, and this changed his life, and basically our experiences have always to do with love.
Well, Your Eminence, thank you so much for your time today. We are very grateful. God bless you.
Thank you.